the articles of impeachment. Now the full House votes on whether to impeach President Trump. Only the third time this has ever happened. A break in the case tonight in the murder of an 18-year-old college student walking through a New York City park. The arrest and what was discovered and what was seen in the surveillance in the park. The deadly workplace shooting today, the gunman opening fire inside a factory. The massive manhunt that followed, schools put on lockdown. The major storm tonight moving into the east, blinding rain, and it could make weekend driving dangerous. Rob Marciano timing it out. The disturbing video emerging tonight, the school children put in seclusion. This 7-year-old inside a windowless room trying to get out. Now the fallout tonight. The new backlash after what President Trump said about Time's Person of the Year targeting climate activist Greta Thunberg. Overnight, former First Lady Michelle Obama defending her. And now tonight, First Lady Melania Trump weighing in. The major new flu concern tonight, what authorities are seeing already and much earlier than normal. Your money, the countdown is on, the deadlines for shipping that kick in tonight, and what to do to avoid extra fees. And this evening, we remember a well-known actor. From Do the Right Thing to Moonstruck to Godfather 2, we celebrate Danny Aiello.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on this Friday night. We have a lot to get to, and we begin tonight with the historic vote today. The House Judiciary Committee voting in favor of the articles of impeachment against President Trump. Abuse of power and obstruction of Congress over the president's phone call with Ukraine's president, in which he asks for a favor to investigate his political opponents, while nearly $400 million in U.S. military aid was withheld. Tonight, this vote now sends those articles to the full House, only the third time this has ever happened. The president lashing out tonight, saying the Democrats are trivializing impeachment because he says he did nothing wrong. And tonight, the Senate Majority Leader, Republican Mitch McConnell, already saying there is no chance President Trump will be removed from office. ABC's chief White House correspondent Jonathan Karl leading us off from the White House.
History in the House.
Clerk will call the roll.
Mr. Nadler?
Aye.
Mr. Nadler votes aye. Ms. Lofgren?
Aye.
Ms. Lofgren votes aye.
The Judiciary Committee approved 2 articles of impeachment against President Trump. Every Democrat voting yes, all Republicans voting no.
Today is a solemn and sad day. For the third time in a little over a century and a half, the House Judiciary Committee has voted articles of impeachment against the president for abuse of power and obstruction of Congress.
It came after 2 marathon days of bitter and hyper-partisan debate.
I have never in my entire life seen such an unfair, rigged railroad job against the President of the United States.
The president is as defiant as ever, venting on Twitter 123 tweets and retweets yesterday alone, a one-day record for his presidency.
To use the power of impeachment on this nonsense is an embarrassment to this country.
On Wednesday, the full House will vote, and if the articles pass as expected, onto a trial in the Senate for only the third time in American history. While the president had suggested he'd want a parade of witnesses, Republican Senate Leader Mitch McConnell says it will be a speedy trial, likely with no witnesses at all. On Fox last night, he said acquittal is a sure thing.
There's no chance the president's going to be removed from office.
Today, the president seemed to accept the idea of a short trial. Maybe.
We did nothing wrong. So I'll do long or short. I'll do whatever they want to do. It doesn't matter. I wouldn't mind a long process because I'd like to see the whistleblower who's a fraud.
Let's get to John Karl with us live at the White House tonight. And John, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says he's coordinating closely with the White House. We mentioned he plans the Senate trial with them, and he said no chance the president will be removed. That has some Democrats crying foul tonight.
Well, in fact, the leader of the Democrats in the Senate, Chuck Schumer, put out a stern statement aimed at McConnell saying, quote, every single senator will take an oath to render impartial justice. That's true, but Republicans point out that in the last impeachment trial, Democratic leaders coordinated with the Clinton White House, and today Democrats are coordinating with Democrats in the House. This is a trial, David, but it is also a highly political process. It is no ordinary trial.
No question about that. John Karl leading us off on a Friday night. Thank you. And we move on now to the other major headlines this Friday night and to a break in the case of that horrific murder Here in New York City, an 18-year-old college student attacked while walking in a park. Barnard freshman Tessa Majors was stabbed in that city park. She died after staggering to the top of this stairwell to get help. Tonight, a 13-year-old is now under arrest. Police say he was seen in grainy surveillance near the scene. ABC's Ariel Reshef again tonight.
Tonight, a 13-year-old suspect arrested in the chilling murder of Barnard College freshman Tessa Majors.
It is an absolute tragedy. Those responsible, however many there may be, will be brought to justice.
Police say the teen is not the killer, but was found with the murder weapon, a knife, and made comments linking him to the grisly crime. He's now charged with murder, robbery, and weapons possession. His statements to detectives also implicating 2 additional suspects, one of them a 14-year-old interviewed by police, the other still at large.
There's going to be an aided female white stabbed at this time.
Majors walking through the park just a block from her school early Wednesday evening when authorities say a group of suspects demanded money before fatally stabbing the 18-year-old student multiple times.
What's the script on the perp? I know the script.
Police now say the 13-year-old suspect in custody was seen on grainy surveillance video from the park. The campus community grappling with the devastating loss. Majors just weeks shy of finishing her first semester, a budding journalist and musician.
When you saw her, you knew that that's what she was meant to be doing. She was a great performer.
Her heartbroken family telling ABC News, "We are devastated by the senseless loss of our beautiful and talented Tess. We are thankful for the incredible outpouring of love and support we have received from across the country." And the teen suspect who was arrested is now being charged as a juvenile. This means that this case is now being taken up in family court. Police tell us that the juvenile's aunt has been accompanying him throughout this investigation, and she maintains his innocence. David, that 13-year-old is now being held without bail. David.
Ariel Reshef tonight. Ariel, thank you. And next to the deadly workplace shooting at a factory outside Atlanta today, the gunman opening fire, then getting away. Workers running for cover as the shots rang out. Schools put on lockdown. 42-year-old Taurus Andrews was killed, and police tonight still do not know if he was specifically targeted or whether this was random. The suspect, 18-year-old Cameron Golden, a temporary worker, was arrested in Birmingham, Alabama, after taking a bus to get there after the shooting. Now to the major storm moving into the east tonight and a difficult commute home from the Carolinas all the way up into the Northeast. Dangerous driving right into the weekend. And look at this, major pileups in the Midwest, a multi-vehicle accident. This is I-94 in St. Cloud, Minnesota. Let's get right to senior meteorologist Rob Marciano tracking it all. And Rob, a messy weekend ahead.
It is a very progressive storm pattern. We have 2 smothered in the U.S. right now. This one to the east bringing some rain, but just inland of I-95, some icing conditions at least to begin with. But heavy rain in through the Carolinas and the Mid-Atlantic. That all moves up towards the Northeast tonight. Rivers will be rising over flood watches across New England in the morning. Some coastal flooding as well as that low wraps up. It will dry out in the afternoon, but very blustery behind us with some snow. In the west, it is a mess from Salt Lake to Seattle to San Francisco. Rain and mountain snow. That's a fast mover that will be here in the east by Monday and Tuesday. David?
A wet night there on the West Side Highway. Rob, thank you. And next to that disturbing video emerging tonight, the school children put in seclusion. A 7-year-old is seen inside a windowless room trying to get out. And tonight, already the fallout. Here's ABC's Alex Perez.
The video, disturbing to watch, is any parent's nightmare. A teacher's aide grabbing a 7-year-old special needs student by the wrist, shoving him against a wall, and then wrapping her arm around his neck, keeping the boy in what the school called a seclusion room. That 7-year-old's mom, Beth Sandy.
I was horrified when I first saw the video. I ended up getting up from the room and leaving the room. It was very hard to watch.
It all happened at the Gages Lake School in suburban Chicago. The school serves students with behavioral and emotional needs. A months-long investigation by ProPublica and the Chicago Tribune found 21 abuse investigations now under review by state and local authorities. The aide in this video resigned. Another is facing criminal charges. Nicholas Izquierdo was arrested, charged with 6 misdemeanors for causing minor injuries to other students. He left the school and has pleaded not guilty. Authorities are also now reviewing the use of the seclusion or isolation rooms, reportedly used more than 1,700 times in the last school year.
They really need to think very long and hard about the way that they're running things around there. I'd say I don't think they should be open. I think that they should be shut down.
David, the school superintendent admitted the two staff members did not always comply with protocol and apologized. They say they're now working on improving safety for students. David?
All right, Alex Perez, thank you. And next tonight, shock and concern after former Kentucky Governor Matt Bevin issued more than 400 pardons and commutations on the way out. Among those pardoned, a convicted rapist and a convicted murderer whose family reportedly raised thousands for the governor. Here's Lindsay Davis.
In sharp contrast to the hugs and applause for outgoing Kentucky Governor Matt Bevin,
we truly do live in the greatest nation.
Outrage tonight because after walking out of office, hundreds of convicted felons are walking out of prison, some violent offenders. Among Bevin's 428 pardons, Micah Shodel, who'd been convicted of raping a 9-year-old girl.
Fear, anger, rage, confusion.
That child's mother, who did not want to be identified, says she struggled to tell her daughter.
It feels like we're going through it all over again.
But Bevin said he didn't believe the victim's accusations were true and that the case relied more on testimony than physical evidence. Also pardoned Patrick Baker, who shot and killed a man in front of his wife. While the accomplices remained behind bars, Baker, whose family, according to the Courier-Journal, raised more than $20,000 for Bevin's campaign, is now free. The governor seen here at a fundraiser hosted by Baker's brother. In the pardoning document, Bevin wrote the evidence against Baker was sketchy at best. Several Kentucky lawmakers are now calling on the incoming attorney general to investigate these pardons. We also heard from Bevin today in the form of a tweet where he said, among other things, that America is a country based on the belief in redemption. David?
Lindsay Davis reporting tonight. Thank you. And next tonight, the backlash after what President Trump said about Time's Person of the Year, targeting 16-year-old climate activist Greta Thunberg. Overnight, former First Lady Michelle Obama defending her. And now tonight, we're hearing from First Lady Melania Trump. Here's Kara Phillips.
Tonight, First Lady Melania Trump weighing in after her husband attacked 16-year-old climate change activist Greta Thunberg.
World leaders are still trying to run away from their responsibilities.
President Trump lashing out after the teenager was named Time's Person of the Year. So ridiculous, he tweeted. Greta must work on her anger management problem, then go to a good old-fashioned movie with a friend. Chill, Greta, chill. And he's done it before, taking aim at Thunberg, who has Asperger's syndrome, a form of autism, after her passionate speech at the UN.
You all come to us young people for hope. How dare you?
Trump's response? She seems like a very happy young girl looking forward to a bright and wonderful future. So nice to see. Now, former First Lady Michelle Obama giving Thunberg a boost, tweeting, "Don't let anyone dim your light. Ignore the doubters and know that millions of people are cheering you on." And we're hearing from the current First Lady, who has made cyberbullying her signature issue.
Be Best, an awareness campaign dedicated to the most valuable and fragile among us, our children.
But Melania Trump's spokeswoman would only say this about the president's words. The president and First Lady often communicate differently, as most married couples do. The First Lady has been quick to object when people make comments about her own teenage son, Barron. Her spokeswoman telling CNN this is different because Barron is not an activist who travels the globe giving speeches. He is a 13-year-old who wants and deserves privacy.
And now we saw the First Lady last week and her Be Best ornaments on the White House Christmas trees. But when it comes to her husband's attacks on Greta Thunberg, Mrs. Trump is not criticizing her husband's words. David?
Kara Phillips tonight. Kara, thank you. And late today, the Supreme Court agreeing to hear President Trump's appeal on 3 cases that have to do with his financial records. In all 3 cases, lower courts have ruled that records must be handed over. The justices will now hear oral arguments in March and issue a decision by June. Of course, that's right in the middle of the 2020 campaign. And the U.S. and China have announced a new trade deal, Phase 1, as they're calling it. It would halt new tariffs on Chinese goods set to kick in on Sunday and lower some tariffs that will stay in place. The White House tonight saying the Phase 1 deal, not yet signed, includes China's commitment to buy American farm products and to reform its policies on intellectual property and technology transfer. And we are remembering tonight a well-known character actor, Danny Aiello, from Do the Right Thing to Moonstruck to Godfather Part 2. He never took an acting class. Danny Aiello began his acting career in his 30s on Broadway, here in the play Knockout. He never took an acting class.